All right, this should be a quick video looking at solo attempt number 1. So the nice thing is these numbers are already in order, so I can already start to make my number line. So I saw my smallest number was 20, and my biggest number is 44. And it just so happens if I count by twos, it's pretty reasonable, and I end up seeing both numbers. You're not always going to see those numbers, and that's okay. For example, I don't see 21 or 31 or 35 on this number line. That's okay. I still know where those numbers are. So let's go ahead and start to find the different parts of our data. We should start by finding the median. So let's work our way in here one at a time, as I so often have trouble doing. And we land right on 35. So there's our median. And now for our lower and upper quartile. So I go in one, and what do I notice? Well, it looks like I'm going to have two numbers, and I want to think what's exactly between those two. Or I can think like this, 21 plus 25 divided by 2. And so what I get here, I end up with 46 over 2, which is going to be 23. So 23 is my lower quartile. Looking up here, I'm going to have the same deal happen. This one's much easier. What's between 40 and 42? 41. And of course, if you added these two together, you'd end up with 40 plus 42 divided by 2. You would get 82. And guess what? That happens to equal 41. So when you do this process, this just helps you find out what's exactly in between those numbers. Minimum, maximum, easier. Here's the minimum. Here's the maximum. They're at the very ends. Those aren't too bad. So now let's actually put these points on our data, and let's actually make our box plot. So left side of the box starts at 23, and it stops at 41. So here's my box. Here's 23, 41. Oh, this data is really spread out. Not very close together at all. And here we go. We can start to make that box. Pretty large, taking up most of the space. And then 35, the median, is marked right here. And then our endpoints aren't too far away. We have our minimum value right here, and we have our maximum value over here. So there is our box plot for solo attempt number 1. And remember, this part right here represents the middle 50% of the data. It's the middle 50%. And then over here, this is the lower 25%. And then this whisker right here, that's sometimes what they're referred to as, the lower whisker and upper whisker. This is the upper 25%. And so we wouldn't really say this is skewed or anything. This is pretty symmetrical. And also, it's slight, maybe you might say slightly skewed, right, since the median's kind of shifted over, but really this is pretty symmetrical. Not too much exciting stuff going on in this data set. It's not strange in any way.